Gengar is one of the most iconic and beloved Pokémon in the entire franchise, having been part of the original 151 Pokémon introduced in Generation 1. This Ghost and Poison type Pokémon has captured the hearts of fans worldwide since the release of Pokémon Red and Blue in Japan in 1996. Gengar is the final evolution in its evolutionary line, evolving from Haunter when traded between players, making it one of the first trade evolution Pokémon in the series. The name Gengar is believed to be derived from the German word doppelganger, which refers to a ghostly double or apparition of a living person. This connection to doppelgangers is fitting given Gengar's mischievous and shadowy nature. In Japanese, Gengar is known as Gengar, which maintains a similar phonetic quality to its English name. The consistency in naming across languages helped establish Gengar as a globally recognizable character. Gengar's Pokédex number is 94, placing it near the end of the original Kanto Pokédex. According to various Pokédex entries throughout the games, Gengar hides in shadows and enjoys lowering the temperature of its surroundings by nearly 10 degrees Fahrenheit. This behavior reflects its ghostly nature and connection to the supernatural. This theory stems from the striking similarities in their body shapes and proportions, with Gengar appearing almost like a dark silhouette of the fairy-type Pokémon. While this has never been officially confirmed by Game Freak or the Pokémon Company, it remains one of the most popular fan theories in the community. In the original Pokémon Red and Blue games, Gengar was one of the most powerful Pokémon available due to its high special stat and excellent speed. Before the special stat was split into special attack and special defense in Generation 2, Gengar benefited greatly from having a single high special stat of 130. This made Gengar a formidable special attacker and a staple on many competitive teams during the early days of Pokémon battling. Gengar's base stat total is 500, which places it among the stronger fully evolved Pokémon without being classified as a legendary or pseudo-legendary. Its highest stats are special attack at 130 and speed at 110, making it an excellent offensive threat. However, Gengar has relatively low defense and HP stats, making it somewhat fragile in battle. This glass cannon nature has defined Gengar's role in competitive play throughout the generations. The evolutionary line of Gengar begins with Ghastly, a Ghost and Poison type Pokémon that resembles a floating ball of gas surrounded by a purple haze. Ghastly evolves into Haunter at level 25, gaining a more defined form with disembodied hands. Haunter then evolves into Gengar only through trade, which was a revolutionary mechanic when it was introduced in Generation 1. This trade evolution requirement encouraged players to connect with friends and other trainers to complete their Pokédex. Gengar received a Mega Evolution in Pokémon X and Y, released in 2013. Mega Gengar has a base stat total of 600, a significant increase from its regular form. When Mega evolved, Gengar partially sinks into the ground as if emerging from a shadow, and it gains a third eye on its forehead. Mega Gengar's ability changes to Shadow Tag, which prevents opposing Pokémon from switching out, making it an incredibly powerful threat in competitive battles. The introduction of Mega Gengar led to it being banned to the Ubers tier and Smogon competitive formats due to its overwhelming power. Shadow Tag combined with Gengar's excellent speed and special attack made it nearly impossible to deal with for many teams. Mega Gengar could trap and eliminate key threats with ease, warping the metagame around its presence. This ban highlighted just how powerful the combination of trapping and offensive prowess could be. In Pokémon Legends Arceus, Gengar received a new evolution method that did not require trading. Players could use an item called the Linking Cord to evolve Haunter into Gengar without needing another player. This change was welcomed by solo players and those without access to trading partners. The Linking Cord was designed to simulate the effects of trade evolution while respecting the single-player nature of the game, where Ash Ketchum encountered a Gengar in Lavender Town's Pokémon Tower. This Gengar was portrayed as playful and mischievous rather than malevolent, pulling pranks on Ash and his friends. The episode helped establish Gengar's personality in the animated series. In the anime, Gengar's most significant role came when Ash Ketchum caught one during his journey through the Galar region in Pokémon Journeys. Ash's Gengar demonstrated the ability to Gigantamax, showcasing one of the newest transformation mechanics. Gigantamax Gengar was introduced in Pokémon Sword and Shield as part of the Dynamax phenomenon. When Gengar Gigantamaxes, its body transforms into a massive form where its mouth opens wide to reveal a portal to the afterlife. The official Pokédex entry states that Gigantamax Gengar's mouth leads to the spirit world. This terrifying transformation made Gigantamax Gengar one of the most visually striking Gigantamax forms in the game. The exclusive move for Gigantamax Gengar is G-Max Terror, which replaces Ghost-type moves when Gengar is Gigantamaxed. G-Max Terror not only deals damage, but also prevents opposing Pokémon from fleeing or switching out. This trapping effect mirrors the Shadow Tag ability that Mega Gengar possessed, maintaining Gengar's reputation as a Pokémon that does not let its prey escape. Gengar has been a staple in the Pokémon trading card game since the base set was released in 1999. The original Gengar card featured artwork by Keiji Kanebuchi and had an attack called Dark Mind that dealt damage to both the defending Pokémon and one of the opponent's benched Pokémon. This spread damage concept was innovative at the time and would become a recurring theme in Gengar cards throughout the years. One of the most valuable Gengar cards in the trading card game is the first edition Shadowless Gengar from the base set. In pristine condition with a perfect grade from professional grading services, this card can sell for thousands of dollars. The combination of Gengar's popularity, the card's age, and its rarity in perfect condition makes it a highly sought after collector's item. Throughout the history of the trading card game, Gengar has received numerous powerful cards with unique abilities. Gengar Prime from the Triumphant expansion had an ability called Catastrophe that instantly knocked out any Pokémon that was put to sleep by one of Gengar's attacks. This created a devastating combo with cards that could reliably inflict the sleep condition on defending Pokémon. Gengar and Mimikyu GX was a tag team card released during the Sun and Moon era of the trading card game. This card featured two Ghost-type Pokémon together and had a powerful GX attack called Horror House GX. This attack prevented the opponent from playing any cards from their hand during their next turn, essentially giving Gengar and Mimikyu GX a free turn of setup. In the competitive Pokémon video game scene, Gengar has remained relevant across multiple generations. Its combination of high speed and special attack, along with access to a diverse move pool, has kept it viable in various formats. Gengar can learn powerful moves like Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, and Thunderbolt, giving it excellent coverage options against many different types of Pokémon. Gengar's signature ability in most games is Cursed Body, which gives it a 30% chance to disable any move that makes contact with it. This ability can catch opponents off guard and force them to switch or struggle with a disabled move. The unpredictable nature of Cursed Body adds an element of risk for physical attackers attempting to knock out Gengar. Before Cursed Body was introduced, Gengar's ability was Levitate, which made it immune to ground-type moves. This was particularly valuable because it eliminated one of Gengar's weaknesses, given that poison types are normally weak ground. When Gengar lost Levitate in Generation 7, it became more vulnerable but gained the potentially disruptive Cursed Body ability instead. Gengar is one of the few Pokémon that has 3-type immunities. As a Ghost type, Gengar is immune to normal and fighting type moves. Additionally, as a Poison type, Gengar is immune to being poisoned by most moves and abilities. These immunities give Gengar several free switch-in opportunities during battles, making it useful for pivoting and maintaining momentum. The design of Gengar draws inspiration from various supernatural and ghostly concepts. Its round, shadowy body and menacing grin give it an appearance similar to traditional depictions of ghosts and spirits in Japanese folklore. Gengar's perpetual smile and mischievous expression have made it an instantly recognizable character, contributing to its popularity among fans. Gengar's colour scheme of dark purple with red eyes has remained consistent throughout the franchise. This distinctive appearance has made Gengar easy to merchandise and feature in promotional materials. The simplicity of Gengar's design, combined with its expressive face, has contributed to its status as one of the most marketable Pokémon. In the Pokémon Mystery Dungeon series, Gengar plays a significant role as a character in several games. In Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team, a Gengar serves as an antagonist who attempts to convince the townspeople to attack the player. This Gengar eventually reveals a tragic backstory and undergoes a redemption arc, becoming an ally. The Gengar from Pokémon Mystery Dungeon was once a human who was transformed into a Pokémon as punishment for abandoning his partner Gardevoir. This storyline added emotional depth to the character and showcased how Gengar could be portrayed as more than just a scary ghost Pokémon. The redemption of this Gengar remains one of the most memorable story moments in the Mystery Dungeon series. Gengar has appeared in multiple Pokémon movies throughout the franchise's history. Its ghostly nature and striking design make it a natural fit for scenes requiring spooky or supernatural elements. While Gengar has rarely been a main character in the films, its appearances have helped cement its status as an iconic member of the original 151 Pokémon. In Pokémon Go, Gengar has been featured as a raid boss multiple times since the game's launch in 2016. Mega Gengar raids became available after Mega Evolution was introduced to the game, allowing players to collect Mega Energy to temporarily Mega Evolve their Gengar. Lavender Town is home to the Pokémon Tower, where trainers can first encounter Ghastly and Haunter in the Kanto games. The creepy atmosphere of Lavender Town perfectly complements Gengar's ghostly nature. According to some Pokédex entries, Gengar was once a human. Pokémon Sun's Pokédex entry states that should you feel a sudden chill, it might be Gengar thinking about taking your life. These dark entries contribute to the unsettling lore surrounding Gengar and distinguish it from more friendly Pokémon in the series. Gengar has been featured in numerous pieces of official Pokémon merchandise, including plush toys, figurines, clothing, and home goods. The Pokémon Center stores regularly stock Gengar-themed items due to the character's popularity. Limited edition Gengar merchandise, such as special Halloween-themed products, often sells out quickly and becomes valuable collector's items. During Halloween events in various Pokémon games, Gengar is frequently featured as a central Pokémon. Its ghost typing and spooky appearance make it a natural mascot for Halloween celebrations within the Pokémon franchise. Pokémon Go has featured Gengar prominently in multiple Halloween events, with special research tasks and increased spawn rates. Gengar's popularity has led to it being included in the Super Smash Bros. Series as a Pokéball Pokémon. When released from a Pokéball in Super Smash Bros., Gengar uses Shadow Punch to attack nearby fighters. While not a playable character, Gengar's inclusion in the prestigious crossover fighting game series demonstrates its status as a major Pokémon icon. In the Detective Pikachu live-action film released in 2019, Gengar appeared as one of the many Pokémon rendered in realistic CGI. The film's interpretation of Gengar maintained its menacing appearance while adapting its design for a live-action context. This marked one of Gengar's most prominent appearances in mainstream media outside of the animated series and video games. The Pokémon anime has depicted Gengar with various personalities throughout its run. Some Gengar are portrayed as malevolent ghosts, while others are shown as playful tricksters who just want to have fun. Ash's Gengar in Pokémon Journeys falls into the last memorable in each game appearance. In competitive double battles, Gengar has been used in various strategies throughout the years. Its access to moves like Icy Wind for speed control, Protect for survival, and Will-O-Wisp for crippling physical attackers makes it versatile in the doubles format. Gengar's ability to threaten common Pokémon types with its ghost and poison coverage makes it a Gengar utility beyond pure offensive power. The move Shadow Ball is often considered Gengar's signature attack, despite it being learnable by many other Pokémon. Shadow Ball is a ghost-type special attack with base power of 80 and a chance to lower the target's special defense. The combination of Gengar's high special attack and Shadow Ball's solid power and effect make it Gengar's most In Pokémon Stadium and Pokémon Stadium 2 for the Nintendo 64, Gengar was a popular choice for competitive play. The rental Gengar available in these games came with a solid moveset that allowed newer players to experience its power. Stadium mode battles helped establish Gengar's reputation as a top-tier Pokémon among the competitive community. Gengar has been featured in the Pokémon Adventures manga series as a Pokémon belonging to various characters. The manga often portrays Pokémon battles with more intensity and strategy than the anime, giving Gengar opportunities to showcase its full range of abilities. These appearances have helped expand Gengar's presence across different Pokémon media. The ability to phase through walls is a characteristic of Gengar mentioned in several Pokédex entries. This ability reflects its status as a ghost and explains how it can suddenly appear behind unsuspecting victims. While this ability is not mechanically represented in the games, it adds to Gengar's lore and makes it more threatening in the world of Pokémon. Gengar's stats have remained relatively consistent across generations, with only minor adjustments made to balance the Pokémon over time. This consistency has allowed players to develop strategies with Gengar that remain relevant across multiple games. The familiarity of Gengar's stat spread has contributed to its enduring popularity in competitive play. In Pokémon Cafe Mix and Pokémon Cafe Remix, Gengar appears as a customer and staff member that players can recruit. These puzzle games feature cute chibi-style versions of Pokémon, and Gengar's design in these games maintains its iconic grin while appearing more approachable. The contrast between Gengar's typically spooky nature and the cozy cafe setting creates an amusing dynamic. Gengar is one of the Pokémon that can be found in the wild area of Pokémon Sword and Shield. In the overworld, Gengar can be seen floating around certain areas, particularly near foggy or dark locations. The ability to see Gengar in the overworld before engaging in battle was a new experience for many players who had previously only encountered it through random encounters. The Pokémon trading card game online featured Gengar in various deck archetypes throughout its existence. Decks built around Gengar often focused on spreading damage to multiple opponents' Pokémon or utilizing abilities that punish the opponent for taking certain actions. These Gengar decks provided a different playstyle compared to straightforward aggressive strategies. Gengar has been included in nearly every main series Pokémon game since its introduction. Even when some Pokémon were cut from the National Pokédex in Pokémon Sword and Shield, Gengar remained available, highlighting its importance to the franchise. This consistent inclusion ensures that new generations of players can experience one of the original Ghost-type Pokémon. The Pokémon Fan Club and official Pokémon social media accounts frequently feature Gengar in posts and promotions. Gengar's expressive face makes it excellent for memes and reaction images, contributing to its online presence. The official Pokémon accounts have embraced Gengar's popularity by regularly including it in content throughout the year, not just during Halloween. Gengar's laugh is a distinctive element of its character in the anime. The way it chuckles while playing pranks or preparing attacks has become iconic among fans. Voice actors for Gengar have maintained a consistent tone for this laugh across different series, creating a recognizable audio signature for the character. In Pokémon Snap and its sequel New Pokémon Snap, Gengar appears as a Pokémon that players can photograph. Capturing the perfect shot of Gengar often requires understanding its behavior and predicting when it will appear from shadows or hiding spots. These photography-focused games allowed players to observe Gengar's behavior in more natural settings. Gengar's relationship with other ghost-type Pokémon in the lore is interesting to consider. As one of the original ghost types alongside Ghastly and Haunter, Gengar set the template for what ghost Pokémon could be. Later generations introduced ghost types with different characteristics, but Gengar remained the definitive example of a mischievous shadow spirit. The maximum CP for Gengar in Pokémon Go is 2,878 as of recent updates. This places Gengar in a competitive position for various battle leagues and raids. Shadow Gengar, obtained by purifying a Shadow Gengar from Team Go Rocket, can achieve even higher damage output due to the Shadow bonus, making it one of the best Ghost-type attackers in the game. Gengar's hidden ability in the main series games is Cursed Body, which it has access to in most modern games. While Levitate was previously available and often preferred for the ground immunity, Cursed Body provides a unique defensive option that can occasionally turn battles in unexpected ways. The choice between abilities depends on the specific competitive format and team composition. In the Pokemon World Championships, Gengar has been used by competitive players throughout the tournament's history. Its combination of speed, power, and utility has made it a consideration for both singles and doubles formats. While not always the dominant choice, Gengar's presence in top-level competition demonstrates its competitive viability. Gengar has been featured in multiple Pokemon-themed cafes that have opened in Japan and other countries. These temporary and permanent establishments often feature Gengar-themed food items, drinks, and exclusive merchandise. The popularity of Gengar ensures that it remains a featured Pokemon whenever new cafe collaborations are announced. The move Mean Look can be learned by Gengar and prevents the target from fleeing or switching out. This trapping move synergizes with Gengar's offensive capabilities, allowing it to corner opponents and defeat them before they can escape. Mean Look combined with powerful attacks makes Gengar a threatening Pokemon in certain battle situations. Gengar's English name has remained consistent since the original localization of Pokemon Red and Blue. Unlike some Pokemon that received name changes between generations or regions, Gengar has always been Gengar in English-speaking markets. This consistency has helped build recognition for the character over the decades. In Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, Gengar can be obtained through trade evolution or by transferring from Pokemon Go. These games returned players to the Kanto region and allowed them to experience catching and using Gengar in a reimagined version of the original games. The Let's Go games also allowed players to have Gengar follow them in the overworld. The follow feature in various Pokemon games has allowed Gengar to be seen accompanying trainers through different regions. When following the player, Gengar floats eerily behind them, sometimes phasing through objects or reacting to the environment. These following animations have added personality to Gengar and made the experience of having it as a partner more immersive. Gengar has been featured in promotional crossover events with other franchises and brands. From collaboration merchandise with fashion brands to appearances in other video games through special events, Gengar's popularity has extended its reach beyond the Pokemon franchise itself. These collaborations introduce Gengar to new audiences and reinforce its status as a pop culture icon. The Pokemon trading card game has featured Gengar in special art rare cards and secret rare variants that are highly collectible. These premium cards often feature extended artwork that showcases Gengar in dramatic scenes or alongside other Pokemon. Collectors often pay premium prices for these special Gengar cards, especially when they feature popular artists. Gengar's relationship with its pre-evolutions Ghastly and Haunter is notable for the trade evolution requirement. This mechanic encouraged social interaction between players and made obtaining Gengar a memorable experience. Many players remember the excitement of trading Haunter with a friend and watching it evolve into Gengar for the first time. In Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the remakes of the Generation 4 games, Gengar could be obtained through the Grand Underground or by trading. These remakes included updated visuals while maintaining the core gameplay of the originals, allowing a new generation to experience Gengar in the Sinnoh region. Gengar's speed tier of 110 was particularly significant in early generations when fewer Pokemon exceeded that benchmark. This allowed Gengar to outspeed many threats and attack before taking damage. While power creep has introduced faster Pokemon over time, Gengar's speed remains competitive in many formats. The move Hex can be used by Gengar to deal extra damage to Pokemon that are already afflicted with a status condition. Combined with Will-O-Wisp to burn opponents, Gengar can deal significant damage while also crippling physical attackers. This combination of status spreading and punishing moves makes Gengar versatile in its approach to battles. Gengar has inspired numerous fan-created content, including art, music, and stories. The Pokémon fan community has embraced Gengar as a favourite subject for creative expression. Fan artists often reimagine Gengar in different styles or create crossover art featuring Gengar in other fictional universes. In Pokémon Legends Arceus, Gengar's design remained faithful to its original appearance while benefiting from the game's updated graphics. The game's semi-open world design allowed players to encounter Gengar in atmospheric locations that suited its ghostly nature. Finding Gengar in the wild added excitement to exploration in the Hisui region. The Pokémon Center online store has released numerous exclusive Gengar products over the years, from limited edition plush toys to household items like blankets and kitchenware. Gengar merchandise caters to fans who want to incorporate their favourite Pokémon into their daily lives. These official products are often of high quality and become collector's items. Gengar has been featured in Pokémon-themed escape rooms and attractions around the world. These interactive experiences often include Gengar as a puzzle element or character encounter, taking advantage of its spooky reputation to create memorable moments. Fans enjoy the opportunity to interact with Gengar in real-world settings. The origin of Gengar's ability to hide in shadows is explained through various Pokédex entries that describe it as being composed of shadow matter. This shadow composition allows Gengar to blend into any dark area and emerge suddenly to surprise its targets. The scientific explanation adds depth to Gengar's supernatural abilities within the Pokémon world. Gengar is one of the few Pokémon that has received both a Mega Evolution and a Gigantamax form. This distinction places Gengar among an elite group that includes popular Pokémon like Charizard. Having access to multiple special forms has kept Gengar relevant across different game mechanics and generations. In competitive Pokémon, Gengar has been classified in various tiers depending on the generation and metagame. It has spent time in OU, which stands for overused, and has occasionally dropped to lower tiers or risen to Ubers depending on the competitive landscape. This fluctuation reflects the changing nature of competitive Pokémon and how new Pokémon and mechanics affect established threats. Gengar's ability to learn both Toxic and Venoshock makes it capable of utilizing poisoning strategies. Toxic badly poisons the target, dealing increasing damage each turn, while Venoshock deals double damage to poison targets. This combination can quickly overwhelm opponents who cannot cure their poison status. The Lavender Town Pokémon Tower in the original games featured numerous trainers using Ghost-type Pokémon, including many who used the Ghastly evolutionary line. The eerie atmosphere of the tower, combined with the unsettling music, created a memorable location where players could catch their own ghost types. This association with Lavender Town remains part of Gengar's identity. Gengar has been featured in various Pokémon-themed mobile games beyond Pokémon Go. These include puzzle games, battle games, and casual titles that feature Gengar as either a playable character or an opponent. The diversity of Gengar's appearances across mobile platforms demonstrates its popularity among casual and dedicated fans alike. In the Pokémon anime, Ghost-type Pokémon hypnosis or sleep-inducing teammates. This dark move fits Gengar's theme of tormenting its victims through supernatural means. Gengar has appeared in Pokémon-themed orchestral concerts that perform music from the games. While Gengar itself does not have a signature musical theme, the Lavender Town music often associated with ghost types is frequently performed at these events. The haunting melody evokes memories of encountering Gengar for the first time. In the Pokémon Scarlet and Violet games, Gengar can be found in the Paldea region and participates in the new terastallization mechanic. Terastallizing Gengar can change its type to any of the 18 types depending on its Terra type. This adds another layer of strategy to using Gengar in competitive battles. Gengar's cry in the games has evolved slightly over the generations as sound technology has improved. From the simple electronic sounds of the original Game Boy games to the higher quality audio in modern titles, Gengar's cry has been updated while maintaining its recognizable characteristics. These audio updates keep Gengar feeling fresh in newer games. The Pokémon Adventures manga has featured intense battles involving Gengar that showcase its full range of abilities. The manga's more serious tone allows for darker portrayals of Gengar's powers, including its ability to curse opponents and cause genuine harm. These depictions contrast with the lighter treatment Gengar often receives in the anime. Gengar has been featured in Pokémon-themed restaurants in Japan, where customers can dine in decorated environments featuring their favorite Pokémon. Gengar-themed desserts and dishes are often popular menu items during Halloween seasons or special ghost-type promotions. These dining experiences combine food with fandom in creative ways. The shiny hunting community often targets Gengar, despite its unremarkable shiny coloration in standard form. The chance to obtain a shiny Mega Gengar or Gigantamax Gengar makes the hunt worthwhile for many collectors. Shiny hunters spend countless hours trying to obtain these rare variants through various in-game methods. Gengar's base HP stat of 60 makes it relatively fragile for a fully evolved Pokémon. This low HP combined with its modest defense stat means that Gengar cannot take many hits before fainting. Players must be strategic about when to send Gengar into battle to avoid wasting its offensive potential. In Pokémon contests and beauty competitions, Gengar can participate with moves that appeal to various contest categories. While Ghost-type moves often appeal to the cool or tough categories, Gengar's diverse move pool allows it to compete in multiple contest types. These side activities provide alternative ways to appreciate Gengar beyond battling. Gengar's lore suggests that it once crept closer to human civilization because it enjoys the fear it inspires in people. This explanation for why Gengar is often found near populated areas adds to its characterization as a Pokémon that feeds on negative emotions. The darker aspects of Gengar's nature are often explored in Pokédex entries. The move Perish Song can be learned by Gengar and causes all Pokémon on the field to faint after 3 turns unless they switch out. This move creates interesting strategic situations where Gengar can force switches or claim mutual knockouts. Perish Song is particularly effective when combined with trapping moves like Mean Look. Gengar has been featured in limited edition Pokémon trading card game sets that cater to collectors. These special sets often include alternate art versions, holographic treatments, or unique card designs. The collectible nature of these cards has created a secondary market where rare Gengar cards can command premium prices. In the Pokémon Masters EX mobile game, Gengar is available as a sync pair with various trainers. These sync pairs allow players to use Gengar in team-based battles against AI opponents. The game features original storylines that include Gengar in various narrative contexts. Gengar's relationship with the moon and nighttime is emphasized in several of its Pokédex entries. These entries describe Gengar as being most active during the night when shadows are longest. The association with darkness and nightfall reinforces Gengar's role as a creature of the supernatural realm. The Pokémon Company has released Gengar-themed Pokéballs for display purposes. These collectible items feature Gengar's face or design elements incorporated into the classic Pokéball shape. Fans display these items as part of their Pokémon collections or as decorative pieces. Gengar has inspired various fan theories about its origins and nature that extend beyond official lore. Some fans speculate about connections between Gengar and other Pokémon, while others create elaborate backstories for the species. These fan theories demonstrate the engagement and creativity that Gengar inspires in the community. In Pokémon Sleep, an app focused on tracking sleep patterns through Pokémon gameplay, Gengar appears as one of the Pokémon players can encounter. Given Gengar's association with nightmares and sleep, its inclusion in a sleep tracking app is particularly fitting. Players can collect Gengar through regular gameplay in the app Gengar's defense stat of 60 is the same as its HP stat, making it equally vulnerable to physical and special attacks when considering raw bulk. This balanced but low defensive profile means that Gengar relies on its speed and immunities rather than raw durability to stay in battle. Understanding Gengar's limitations is crucial for using it effectively. The move Disable can be learned by Gengar and prevents the opponent from using their last used move. This disruptive move can cripple opponents who rely on specific attacks, forcing them to use less optimal options. Disable adds to Gengar's toolkit of moves that frustrate and outmaneuver opponents,